Welcome back. I'm going to take you all the way back to my college days of chemistry. That's right. I mean, how many of us actually really enjoyed chemistry? But what if you could make a difficult subject that you probably weren't even interested in? How could you make it interesting for the students that were in your room, the people that are in your audience, even if they're not totally interested in what you have to teach? So stick with me for a few minutes because this is one of those memorable teachers that I still talk about 30 years late, 30 plus years later. Hey, I'm Laurie-Ann, and this is Be in Demand. This is the podcast for corporate leaders and entrepreneurs who are ready to be seen, be heard, and be that obvious choice for that next big opportunity. So, hey, thank you for listening. And if you're new around here, I happen to be a reformed, painfully shy girl who accidentally said yes to a speaking opportunity, and that led me down the road to becoming a professional speaker. Today, I help corporate leaders speak with confidence and entrepreneurs, small business owners use speaking as their best form of marketing. Now, I have a degree in exercise physiology, and taking chemistry was one of the requirements for me to graduate. And so I took chemistry, and the teacher was so boring. So boring. All she did was stand behind the podium, up near the board, writing things on the wall, essentially, and just kind of lecturing in this monotone voice. And I didn't do very well. And right around mid-semester, I decided to leave the class. So I opted out and I decided that I just had to take it again. And unfortunately, because it was chemistry part one and then second semester was part two, I had to wait the following year. And so instead of taking it 3 times a week for an hour, I took it twice a week for this first semester, twice a week for 90 minutes. This teacher was unbelievable. And he was so fantastic. And I'm going to tell you what made him fantastic. He was so fantastic that I opted for semester two. I looked for his name, and he was only teaching one option. And it was a nighttime class for 3 hours. Now, would you take a chemistry class for 3 hours? I said yes because of what I saw the first semester. This teacher, he didn't have a degree in chemistry. He actually had a degree in education. I remember him sharing that with us. He was so memorable that I still talk about him 30 plus years later. This chemistry class was so damn wonderful. He used metaphors, analogies. He moved around the room so that he could demonstrate. Believe it or not, he was demonstrating chemistry while he was moving around the room. And he just kept us so engaged. I mean, how else can you sit through 3 hours of chemistry? You know, it wasn't one of my favorite classes, but he made it so damn wonderful. And because he moved around, I would consider him to be a very dynamic speaker. He wasn't anything like the college professors that I had experienced before and the other chemistry class that I had. But there's so many speakers, even professional speakers, who are making a living speaking and sharing their expertise with others, and they are like the college professor. I mean, myself, when I first started, I would I would classify myself as the college professor. And in case you've never heard me talk about this, the college professor is the person that sits up in the front of the room or stands up in the front of the room and just kind of like barks out information, just shares information, stats, figures. Like there's no storytelling. There was no real pausing. There was no great eye contact with people. So I just wanted to share that with you. So he wasn't the college professor. He was so passionate about what he was teaching, about what he was sharing with us. You could tell that he loved teaching, and he loved teaching chemistry. And because he loved it, I mean, you've heard me talk about mirror neurons. And if somebody is passionate about something, like that feeling is contagious. And I started to feel that. Other students that were in the room, they were also feeling that. And I can also tell you that it wasn't a very packed classroom because It was a 3 hour at night, all at once a week. But I would say that everybody showed up. We showed up. We were engaged. We enjoyed learning chemistry because that's what he did for us. He made learning chemistry so much fun. And there are so many different examples and metaphors that he used that I still remember to this day. And I really thank him for that. And I don't remember his name, but I just remember how I felt in his class. And I was so grateful that I opted out of and didn't suffer through that first professor, that I waited the extra year to move through that requirement. So, what does this have to do with you? It's about you being memorable. So memorable that people continue to talk about you years later. What kind of speaker do you want to be? How do you want to be known in your company, your organization, your department, your industry? Do you want to be that person that people remember and they call you out by name? Because that's what being in demand is. It's not people saying, hey, we need a new vice president of finances or we need a new web designer. It's people call you out by name. You need to speak to, you need to hear from, you might want to consider such and such for this new role. So that's what being in demand is. And if you want to be in demand, I want to encourage you to book a call with me. That link is down below. People right now are booking spots with me so that they can work with me in the fall, whether that's corporate, confident communication, and speaking in a way during meetings and presentations that you have to give that stands out, that people remember, because you need to be different in order to stand out in any industry. And if you're a coach or a consultant and you are looking to write a speech that is going to attract the perfect clients to you and build your yearly revenue, I mean, like, why not end this year on a high note? That link is down below in order for you to book some time with me so that we can talk about your goals, where you are today, and how we can get you from point A to point B a whole lot quicker. And until next week, I want you to be in demand.